Men, stop guessing. A woman will never straight up tell you when she's turned on, but her body, her actions, and her energy will betray her every time. In this video, I'll reveal 5 powerful signs that she's wet for you, backed by Stoic psychology. Miss these and you'll be blind to the truth that's right in front of you. 1. The body never lies. Subconscious cues of arousal. If you want to know when a girl is truly turned on, stop obsessing over what she says. Words are the least reliable indicator of desire. The body, however, never lies. This is where Stoic psychology gives you an edge. The discipline to observe reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. When a woman is aroused, her nervous system betrays her. Pupils dilate, giving her eyes that hypnotic glow. Her lips part slightly when you're speaking, almost like her body is unconsciously preparing for intimacy. Breathing shifts. It becomes deeper, slower, or sometimes rapid when excitement spikes. Most men don't notice because they're too busy fumbling for the right line. But a Stoic observer trains himself to see these micro-expressions. Touch is another undeniable giveaway. A woman who is neutral about you keeps her body contained, arms folded, legs crossed away, movements closed. A woman who's wet unconsciously seeks contact. She'll brush against you, tap your arm when laughing, or lean in past the socially safe distance. These aren't random. They're her body signaling permission. Then there's voice modulation. Desire lowers her tone and softens her cadence. She won't sound like she does with her boss or her friends. Around you, her voice becomes melodic, almost playful. If you've ever wondered why a woman suddenly sounds different when she's speaking to a man she likes, this is why it's biology tuning itself toward intimacy. The Stoic lesson here is simple. Stop interpreting. Start observing. Don't ask yourself, did she mean that? Watch how her physiology changes in your presence. Her body language will answer the question before her words do. 2. Desire breaks the rules when she betrays her own standards for you. A woman can rationalize all day about what she would or wouldn't do, but desire laughs at rationalization. When she's wet, her actions will betray her own rules. This is the second great sign. The collapse of boundaries she thought were fixed. She may have told you she doesn't kiss on the first date. Yet she's leaning in, eyes locked, lips parting. She may insist she's not looking for anything serious. Yet she's texting you late at night, opening doors to her inner world she keeps shut for others. She may claim she needs to take things slow, yet with you she accelerates, almost surprising herself with how quickly she surrenders. Why does this happen? Because arousal overrides reason. Stoic thinkers like Epictetus taught that passions are stronger than principles when not mastered. Desire pushes a woman to abandon her logical framework because her body is in charge. She'll bend her rules, not because she's weak, but because her attraction to you has short-circuited her self-imposed limits. Another layer is secrecy. A woman who is truly aroused may tell you things she never reveals, fears, fantasies, insecurities. This isn't random vulnerability. It's her way of deepening intimacy with the man who's activated her at the core. Her rational mind might whisper, "Don't open up too fast," but her body says otherwise. Most men confuse words for truth and miss the moment when a woman is contradicting herself. Stoic discipline teaches you to notice contradiction. If she says one thing but her actions run in the opposite direction, don't listen to the words. Trust the behavior. When she breaks her own rules for you, that's not mixed signals. That's raw arousal speaking louder than logic. 3. Vulnerability and surrender. The ultimate signal of desire. This is the deepest sign, the one that reveals a woman is not just aroused, but fully captivated by you. She shifts into vulnerability and surrender, and here's why I saved it for last. Because it's the most powerful, the most undeniable, and the most missed by men. When a girl is wet, she doesn't just crave physical closeness. She craves safety. Her femininity blooms when she feels secure enough to drop the armor she shows to everyone else. You'll notice her body relaxes around you. She doesn't perform, she doesn't posture. She lets you see her as she is without the masks. She might reveal secrets, confess past wounds, or talk about dreams she's never shared. She might allow herself to be quiet in your presence, not feeling the need to fill every silence. This surrender isn't weakness. It's the ultimate expression of attraction. It means her body and soul trust you enough to let go of control. Physical cues back this up. Her breathing synchronizes with yours. Her posture leans inward, not outward. She unconsciously exposes vulnerable parts of her body, neck, wrists, inner thighs, because instinct tells her you are safe. Biologically, arousal and trust intertwine. Without trust, arousal stalls. With trust, it flows freely. From a Stoic perspective, this is the moment you must master yourself most. Many men get drunk on female vulnerability and ruin it by bragging, pushing too hard, or losing composure. The disciplined man recognizes that her surrender is sacred. He doesn't exploit it. He respects it. That respect in turn deepens her arousal even more, because nothing is more erotic to a woman than safety with a powerful man. Why is this the final sign worth watching for? Because while mirroring and touches are surface level, surrender is the essence. It's the difference between a girl who flirts out of boredom and a girl who is genuinely wet for you. When she lets her guard down completely, when she melts into you instead of resisting, you don't need to guess. You already know. This is why women can't resist men who master presence, emotional control, and stoic calm, because those qualities create the safety required for her to reach full vulnerability. And when she reaches that state, her desire for you is not casual. It's consuming for escalation without resistance. She opens the door, not you. Here's where most men get confused. They think they're the ones making the moves, when in reality, women signal whether escalation is welcome long before it happens. A girl who's wet for you won't just allow closeness. She'll create it. Watch how she responds to small advances. If you brush her hand, does she pull away or does she linger? If you move closer, does she stiffen or does she lean in? Aroused women don't resist, they facilitate. She'll drop hints like "it's cold in here," practically begging for physical warmth. She might reposition herself on the couch so your legs touch or casually forget to move her arm when it brushes against yours. The Stoic perspective is key here. Don't force. Observe. A man of discipline recognizes when doors are opening and walks through them calmly. A man without discipline pushes too hard, ruining the dynamic. If she's wet, she won't make you pry. She'll invite. Another sign of this openness is comfort in private settings. A girl who's neutral might avoid isolation, but a girl turned on will find ways to extend alone time with you. She might suggest going back to your place after dinner, or linger at yours long past the logical point of leaving. The deeper layer. Excuse him if she's aroused, she'll rationalize why it's fine to stay, even if it breaks her usual rules. I shouldn't be out this late, but whatever. I don't usually do this, but I trust you. These aren't excuses to you. They're her way of giving herself permission to follow her desire. Arousal removes resistance. And when you master self-control, you don't bulldoze her boundaries. You recognize when they're falling on their own. A girl who is truly wet clears the path herself. 5. Investment and emotional hunger. She wants more than your presence. This is the final sign, and it's the one you absolutely can't miss because it separates surface attraction from raw consuming desire. When a girl is wet, she doesn't just want your body. She wants more of you, more of your attention, your validation, your time. She begins to invest emotionally, not just physically. It shows in small ways first. She starts texting you without waiting for your move. She checks in about your day. She remembers details you casually mentioned weeks ago and brings them up, proving she's been replaying your words. This isn't politeness, it's obsession building. Then the intensity grows. She craves exclusivity. She asks subtle questions about other women. She frames future plans to include you. These aren't random. They're her way of trying to secure her access to you because arousal has tipped into emotional hunger. The Stoic view is critical here. Don't get blinded by the ego boost. Many men mistake emotional investment for unconditional loyalty, but this hunger is still rooted in desire. It means she's wet for you now, yes, but sustaining it requires you to maintain the composure and presence that created it in the first place. Another deep sign is jealous vulnerability. If you mention another woman, she reacts, not always explosively, sometimes subtly. A pause, a shift in tone, a sudden need to reassert her value. That's not casual interest. That's arousal tied to possession. She doesn't just want you, she wants to secure you. From the Stoic angle, this is your test. Do you let that investment inflate your ego until you slip into arrogance? Or do you hold steady, respecting her vulnerability while maintaining your own discipline? Because a girl who's wet and emotionally hungry is at her most powerful and her most fragile. Handle it without mastery, and you'll ruin both her attraction and your peace.